So hey everybody, it's Mickey. It is so good to be back with all of you. In today's video, I'm sharing with you a first look at our new completely renovated kitchen. We have been under construction for the last several months, adding a 2-story addition to the back of our home. On the bottom floor, we added a guest bedroom, and on top of that, we extended out our kitchen. Now that we are nearing the end, I can honestly say I was not prepared for how totally encompassing this project was going to be. Our home was pretty much shut down except for about 2 rooms, and I really missed cooking and preparing our meals. I always thought it would be the best thing ever not to have to cook for a couple months. Well, I was probably over that about day 5. We are close to finishing up this project, and I wanted to give you all a first look at the kitchen. And I want to thank you for your patience. Due to the noise, the dust, the construction, my video upload schedule was sporadic at best, and then I took the last couple weeks off to help my daughter prepare for her wedding. Well, I am back now, and I have so much to share with you. So our project began at the end of July, having to clear away some trees in our backyard, which, made me a little sad, but I knew that it was going to be worth it in the end. Our contractor is a local family-owned company. They've been around forever, and they were really awesome. They had somebody working on site every weekday for almost 5 months. All the guys were really friendly. I felt safe with them in the house, and you do get to know people after spending so much time with them. And it was also fun to see the progress of this project little by little as time went on. I wanted to include a little video of what our kitchen looked like before we started. I really loved my little kitchen. This is where we spent the majority of our time together as a family for holidays, after school snacks, birthday parties, COVID. So many memories in this space. Our decision to put the addition on our home really came from the simple fact that our family is growing and growing every year, and I wanted a comfortable space for everyone to gather here for years to come. So our kitchen is about 95% done. There's still some trim work that needs to be finished up, some baseboards. We had to have a cabinet replaced, so that has to be attached. But we're about 95% there. I could not be happier with the way that it has turned out. It's even better than I had imagined in my head. So I thought I would take this opportunity before we start decorating for Christmas to give you a little tour and let you see what we did. So as you can see from the dining room, we are not 100% unpacked yet. I have a bunch of empty cabinets, especially on this side of the kitchen, that I need to fill up. I'm just trying to take my time with it and find really good homes for everything. I had gone through so much when I was packing it up, and I had donated a bunch of things, and I'm also doing the same thing while I unpack. I'm trying to decide, do I really need this stuff? So the other day, I guess it was the day before yesterday, I had made our first meal. It was chicken soup, and it was pretty comical watching me, go from drawer to drawer trying to find, where I put everything. So it'll take me a little while, but it'll be fun. So I thought I would give you just a basic quick tour. Once we start decorating for Christmas and everything, we'll do little pieces, like I always do every year throughout the house, decorating for the holidays. So our kitchen, the layout, I wanted something that was going to have a working area and like an entertainment and dining area. And I'm really happy with the way that this is laid out and the way that it looks. So this area here is what I consider like our working area. So we have like the long island. I think the island is probably about 9 feet, which, if you guys remember my old island, which I think was 32 inches, I used to call it my podium. This is such a huge improvement. I had always wanted an island, where the kids can sit and talk to me while I cook and everything. So we have this overhang here that I probably can fit another chair here. I just want to keep it at 3 and give everybody a lot of room, to move around once they're seated here. But this is such a great workspace. I think this is going to be so great for parties. You know, you can just line up all the food on the island. I think it's going to work out so well for us. So on this side is what I consider my working part of the kitchen. It's where I have my stove, a lot of counter space to do a lot of prep work, and my favorite feature in the kitchen has got to be the stained hood above the stove. We're still waiting for some trim pieces, and we have a little bit of touch-up work to do on the ceiling, but I just love this. I think that it looks so beautiful and has such a great lights under there and a great vent. So, you know, whatever I'm making, it's just going to be like the perfect addition to the kitchen. Now, this is still the same stove that I've had for the last couple years. I love it. It's a GE Cafe, and it's probably the best stove that I've had in, you know, over 20 years that I have been cooking. The temperature is right on, and I couldn't be happier with it. And I have some really nice space on each side here to do a lot of prep work. I have a couple of my little favorite things out here. I have a little tier tray here that I'm going to wait and decorate for Christmas, because we're going to be doing that you know, like the day after Thanksgiving. Of course, I have some of my Rae Dunn pieces here, and I have my canister set, which I think I've had here since probably like 2016. It's still one of my most favorite things. So on the other side here, we have a farmhouse sink, which I have wanted forever, and I really love the size of it. It's really nice and big, and it has one of those faucets that is motion censored, which I'm having a hard time getting used to it, because I have been turning it on when I don't really want it on. But, you know, I think it's going to be really great, like when you make things like meatballs and meatloaf and stuff like that, and you don't want to touch anything with your icky fingers. So we did get a new dishwasher here, which is also a GE Cafe. I will put links to these things down below. Love a new dishwasher. Our old one was probably over 10 years old. It was really loud, and this one you barely know that it's on. One of my favorite cupboards in the kitchen is really silly, but this is like one of my most favorite cupboards. This is for your cookie sheets and your cutting boards. I love this thing. I have always wanted one of these because I want to separate like my cookie sheets that I use to bake and my cookie sheets that I use to cook, and this is like a really great way to do it. So I have some of my baking cookie sheets in here with some cutting boards, and then I keep the sheets that I cook with underneath my stove. One of the other features that I love about the island is that I have two outlets, one here and then one on the other side, and I like the fact that they are on the inside of the island rather than the side, because I really didn't want anything to interfere with the cabinetry there. So these will be really great, you know, to plug my mixer in, my crock pots, everything like that. My other little island didn't have any outlets in it, so every time that I wanted to do, you know, use my mixer or whatever, I would have to get an extension cord out and plug it into the wall. So this is going to be so great. I cannot wait to bake for Christmas. I just have this vision of, you know, line up of all the cookies that we're baking. I was always limited in how much I could bake because my kitchen was really small, and I would have to do it in, you know, baking sessions over, you know, a couple days. This way I have so much counter space to, you know, be able to prep and bake the cookies and then have them all lined up to be, you know, cooling. So I'm really excited about that. To the left of the island, we have the refrigerator. This is my refrigerator that I've had the last couple years. It's also a GE Cafe. Highly recommend them. Again, this is probably my favorite refrigerator I've ever had. So here we have, if you guys remember, I used to have a lot of glass cabinets here. This whole section was glass cabinets, and I changed that with this remodel because I wanted to use it more as a whole pantry. The designer had suggested taking this little pantry out and just making it all cabinets, which would have been, it would have been really nice, but I really love my little pantry. I have it, you know, so set up that it works really well for us. It always has. So I have like all of my different containers pretty much in the same space that I had them before. The electrician put a light in there for me, which I was really excited about. So this is pretty much the same as it always was. Now on this side, these are some of the cabinets and the trim work that they still have left to do. And I really like this cabinet because it has lots of shelves in it that'll be really good for, you know, like your cans and all your different pantry items. As you can see, this is one of the cabinets that they had to replace for us, so we're still waiting for them to attach it to the wall, and they're gonna have to reattach the countertop here and the drawer pulls and the cabinet pulls. So once that's all in place, I will be able to completely unpack and move everything back into the kitchen. So if you guys remember, I always had a little pantry that I used over here, and I still have that. But now I'm kind of using it for some small appliances here. I was able to bring up my food processor. I have my KitchenAid mixer in here. I was able to have some space to have my crock pots here, and I still have like some of my baking things up at the top there, our meds, our little, you know, packets for salad dressing and taco mix and things like that. And this is where I have some of the cookbooks that I use, you know, most often. So the other side of the kitchen is what I'm calling like our dining kind of entertainment area. And I like the way that it is separate from like the working part of the kitchen. Originally, my husband was going to build me a tray rack in this area here, and we're gonna wait on that because I really like having the separation. I think that, you know, visually, you know that you're like moving into another area, and I can keep all of my prep and my cook on this side. We still need some trim work. We still need our baseboard down there, but other than that, this area is pretty much done. I have been so happy to have extra cabinetry in our dining area of our kitchen. This is more cabinets than I think I had in my whole other kitchen. So I have been really loving having space to, you know, spread out. And my favorite cabinet is that glass cabinet there in the middle. This is where I'm going to be decorating with my seasonal and my holiday dishes. I'm gonna be able to change these out for like every holiday. I'm really excited about that. Now right now they have the wooden shelves in them, but we have some glass shelving on order. I think it'll be really pretty in here. It'll give more of that like china cabinet look to it. But these cabinets have been really great. So I have been able to take some of like the dishes that I have had out, you know, stored in other areas of my home, and just add them to the kitchen where I use them. So this is another set, 2 different sets of dishes that I use for decorating and for dinner and parties. I have some glassware up there, and I have a lot of space too to store my Rae Dunn that I use all the time. And you know, my other cabinets were so jammed full of stuff that it was really difficult to find things that I needed, you know, when I would cook and bake. And with these extra cabinets, I'm able to really have all of my casserole dishes together. I have, you know, I have like a baking cabinet down here that I'll be able to keep all of my baking pieces together. And for someone like me that really loves to organize, to have the space to do it and to have things just easily accessible is just so exciting. So I am really in love with the dining space in the kitchen. This is the same kitchen table that I have had forever. It may look a little different because, you know, probably for the first time you've actually seen it with all 6 chairs around it. There's a lot of room to, you know, move around. If you remember, in my old kitchen, it was pretty cramped around the table. When we would have a lot of people over for dinner, we would have to go into the dining room just so we were able to spread out a little bit. Now I'm able to have my kitchen table here with all 6 chairs. I'll have enough room to put, you know, the leaf in it if we have a few more people for dinner, and it will be so comfortable. And I just love having that space, just a space for everybody. We have such a large family, and it is growing every year, and to have enough space for everybody to be comfortable, it just makes me so happy. So now we also have on against this wall here is this buffet that I purchased right before the renovation started. And believe it or not, I got that at Walmart. This is by the Pioneer Woman. This buffet is so beautiful. It's so well made. I think I paid just a little, maybe like $320 for it, and it is really put together like a much more expensive piece. And I love it here because there's also room to, for display in those baskets there. I have room to add, like a couple games that we like to play when the kids are home. And on the top there, I have another area for display. For the upcoming holidays, this is going to be my little cookie table for everybody. And I just have my little Santa picture. I don't know if you can see it with the glare, but I have a little Santa picture just leaning up against there as part of our, our decorations to come. So that's our 95% complete kitchen tour. Once the room downstairs is all finished, I'll be able to show you guys that. And we are also working on a new deck as well. So we still have some construction going on. It has been, I think this is month 4 of construction. I'm really excited that it's almost coming to an end. I have nothing but good things to say about our contractors. The guys have been so nice. I felt very safe with them in the house, and they have done such an excellent job. I'm just so appreciative. Soon I'm going to be doing some cooking videos and grocery hauls. I cannot wait to get back to my regular schedule. It's been really difficult because we've had a lot of people in the house. It's been very dusty. It's been very noisy. And I'm just excited to get back to life again. So thank you all so much for watching today, and thanks again for your patience through this whole construction process. Please join our communities over on Facebook and Instagram at My Bashful Life, and if you are new here, I would really love for you to join our MBL community and be a part of our YouTube family. So until I see you in that next video, I hope that you love the life that you have, be kind to each other, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.